Scumbags.
Well, it was kind of about United and Arsenal. So it's basically just making the point that the teams that they grew up successful with are gone. So basically, they have to just lower their expectations a bit. Like this whole, like as it links back to, we have to sack Arteta because he's not getting this sort of success that we demand. But it's not Arteta's fault. Arsenal are just way down squad wise. If you look at the players they have, do you know what I mean? Like they're just not there. They're not on the caliber of Liverpool, Man City, Spurs to a fucking.
Oh, and you see what you've had to do. You see what you have to do to get there. Like, look at Chelsea. The amount of money Chelsea have had to spend this season. Now, like, there's another one, Lampard. Like, at the start of the season, when the results weren't going for them first, there was a couple of little questions going around about Lampard, like, and then he just started to tick along. But like, you would have had to give
Lampard time though. He bought Havertz. He bought.
That's what I mean. It was always going to take time for him to do it. And now that you've seen them click, they look fucking dangerous. Like.
Yeah, Chelsea
I still think they'll level off Liverpool at the moment. Like.
Well, I remember saying when Liverpool went to play them in Stamford Bridge, I think it was like second or third game of the season, and I remember saying, "I'm delighted that we're going to play them."
It was really,
because it was 2 games in. Werner was still finding his feet. Havertz looked out of sorts a little bit. Ziyech was still out injured.
Werner looked dangerous the whole day, but he was on his own. But yeah,
Mount was all right, but he wasn't. You know, they just looked like they've clicked a little bit.
The only good thing, a plus for Chelsea also is that if they can just kind of remain consistent and they have the team now to do that. Liverpool are blipping. I mean, there's the Brighton game. Do you know what I mean? Like, so and obviously the Aston Villa beaches. So use a kind of, you know,
what happened.
Yeah, he's beatable this season. He's weren't last season.
Liverpool,
yeah, that's what I mean. He's there now.
After losing like Van Dijk and Gomez, your two centre halves, like
exactly. But the thing about it is, Chelsea can capitalise on that. So if Liverpool go through a bit of a phase where they're getting a draw here and there instead of winning every game, if Chelsea can kind of pick up them points there.
The only problem with Chelsea is I still think they're going to drop points throughout the season. They're a good side. They're playing well at the moment, but I still think they haven't got that, you know, that mentality yet as a team. Like they haven't been through a season together yet. I still think there's going to be days where they're going to go to Southampton and they're going to be fucking winning 2-0 and they lose 3-2. You know what I mean? Like, I still think they've got that in them at the moment. Like, whereas Liverpool have been fucking capitulated down to the last bare bones, and they're still kind of just dragging their way through it. Like, they're still winning games that they shouldn't be winning on. Now, I know the Brighton game, like, won all, and like the Villa game, I don't count because we had a full strength team out that day against Villa. There was no excuse. We just got hiding. Like, very good enough.
It's dead.
Well, fucking. You look since the Van Dijk thing.
It was even more special against Tera.
Liverpool less goals this season without Van Dijk than they have with Van Dijk. You know what I mean? In them few games, like they conceded like 3 goals in 7 games, and everybody was like, "They're gonna fall to bits. They're gonna fall to bits." And we won 5 out of the next 7 and drew 2. You know that way. So it's like they're still finding a way to win games where we shouldn't be winning games. Like, and that's that next level, man. That's that old United.
Will it last with all the congestion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What? Yeah, the congestion.
Yeah, will the squad, well, not with the squad, with that kind of level of nicking the wins, will that turn into getting draws and losing towards the end? Even in 1 or 2 games, that Chelsea can still kind of just, while they're on form, just keep looking away. Like,
we allowed Chelsea back into it at the moment. We're allowing United back. Like, I only look United only 6 points off.
I think it goes the other way. I think you, when you're not playing well, when you're struggling, and you're still kind of getting results, you'll eventually play into a bit of form.
The other thing as well
is a gift, but I think they're going to improve.
Well, the other thing as well is that they're missing players that will be playing every single week there. Like, so when you get these players, if you're still picking up results where you're missing these players, and then you start slowly getting these players back, then the team is everybody starting fighting for places again. Like you're still Thiago to come back into that. You're still Gomez.
Liverpool are going to buy a centre half in January. There's no question about that.
The man pays shores off.
Yeah. Like they're going to buy a centre half. So if they can get up to Christmas, keeping fucking Matip fit and maybe Fabinho playing there, and then buy a centre half, they're going to buy a centre half. Like you have to lose your main centre halves for the season. So they'd be.
But as Red said there, like especially coming into Christmas now, where the congestion is going to get more congested.
Yeah.
And the big games are going to be coming thick and fast. That if you fucking, if you slip 1 or 2, you could find yourself dropping 4 or 5 points and you're fucking out of that Champions League spot before you know it.
There hasn't been many other teams in the Premiership have been hit with COVID the way Liverpool have.
But at the same, but they're all still, regardless of the reason, it all still adds up to a chance that
other teams come into
points in other teams.
I'd absolutely.
I still think Liverpool will win the league. I still think he'll do it, but I think Chelsea are probably a dark horse.
At Spurs, I think
Chelsea are legitimate.
Chelsea
are legitimate. Spurs would be dark horses, and I think people are writing City off. I think City are capable of going 10 games. Winning.
Yeah, but City are going to throw all their eggs into that Champions League basket again this year. Yeah, they've said it that they want the Champions League this year. Like they've said it, but they've been saying the last 3 years now. But we'll see.
It's the one that gets away. That's the thing.
The Champions League this year because Real are struggling, Barca are struggling, Juve are struggling.
I think it goes Bayern or goes to one of the English teams.
Well, yeah, I'd say you're looking at Bayern, City, Chelsea, Liverpool would be favourites in there. But Barcelona are fucking horrendous this year.
No, I think if you're going into that last 16, you want anyone, it'd be Real or Barca.
Yeah, even Real, he's going to get the sack. He's fucking lost 5 of his last 7.
Haven't been keeping up with the Spanish league because it's just gotten very boring.
Yeah, well,
watching Barcelona is fucking.
We used to watch it for Messi and Ronaldo, and since Ronaldo left, it's like
you have to enjoy watching Barcelona and watching Real, but it's just fucking watching them now.
But the gas thing is right. It was the Serie A, the Liga was always boring because it was always just Real and Barca.
Yeah.
And now it's boring because it's Real and Barca playing badly. So,
well, no, I'm still looking on to watch Ronaldinho, watch Bleeding Zidane, watch fucking.
Well, look at Hazard. Hazard over there, and he's done nothing. Literally nothing. He's Gareth Bale. Done fucking nothing. Who are the stars you're watching? Messi's coasting through games.
There seems to be something going on with them too. Real and Barca. There seems to be something going on inside the clubs that. I don't know.
All the money
seems to be going ape shit. You know what I mean? Everything's falling apart. Like Barcelona fucking have about 600 people who can just walk in and buy a player. You know what I mean? And he just turns up for training. Like remember Arda Turan, he was bought by some fella on the board, just went and bought him and brought him into the club. There was madness going on. And that was happening all over the place. Look at your man Martin Braithwaite. That's the same things that are happening with him. Someone just went and fucking bought him, because the whole president thing's up in the air. I think it's just went down ball players.
But the way it works at them clubs, the way it works at Barca, and the way it works at Real, the managers don't pick who they buy.
No.
Yeah, so that's all.
Not even one man picks it, and they're not all on the same page doing it. It does not go through right, we're all looking at this player, we're looking at this, and we go and buy this player. It's this fella's in the meeting and he's saying, fuck him, I'm going to buy this fella. And then this fella's saying, I'm going to buy this fella. And the country start turning up for training.
Remember that Liverpool when you heard with Rodgers, Rodgers didn't want Firmino. So he wanted Benteke. So the club, what would you say, the fucking financial committee or the fucking transfer committee bought Firmino. And then they had to buy Benteke for fucking Brendan Rodgers, and it was that's just the wrong way to fucking do everything. But you can see that at Barcelona that you have your man Bartomeu or whatever, and he's fucking in charge, and he's got his faction who support him, and then there's another faction, and the two factions within the club on the board are at war with each other, and then you have someone what's your man Abidal or whatever, who does be fucking he's the director of football or something. He's be throwing shots at one guy and working for the other, and he's throwing shots at players. Messi's unhappy and wants to, it's.
Messi threatens to leave every season to fucking push who becomes president.
Like you have all these players that they spent millions on. Like they bought Griezmann. Griezmann's been a shadow of himself since he got there. Dembele's been a waste of money. Coutinho's fucking waste of money. You know what I mean? Since Neymar left, whoever fucking, well, I suppose the way the transfer system works in Spain, once the buyout clause is met, the club doesn't even have a say in it. It's like part from Atletico, like Simeone was losing head over that. But like they lose in Neymar and the club just falls apart. They don't spend stupid money on players. None of them worked out. They bought, remember, was it Paulino they bought for 30 million and sold them for 6 months later to China. And then
as well.
It's like, to be honest, I think there's a whole lot of money laundering and all going on in them clubs.
There's all sorts going on, yeah.
It's just all these kind of greedy lads going in for a cash grab.
They're just trying to get that few bob, yeah.
Because it's not even that. It's like they're thinking, like, all right, we'll buy this player here. I want this player in here because I think that he's going to get us loads of jersey sales and we'll get a percentage of that. And at the end of the year, he costs 30 million, but after 2 seasons of his jersey sales and blah, 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 and all this, blah, blah, he will get us back 40 million. We'll get 10 million out of it. Bring him in. So it's all that sort of, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's it's multi-layered, but nothing has to do with football. It's all the business end of it. But that's the thing about it. It is a business, though, so it's just hope your club is lucky enough to not be found in that situation. Like,
have any of you listened to the Carragher podcast with
I've seen a few of them, but I haven't listened to them now.
Yeah, no, what's that man's name? Fucking Woodgate.
Woodgate,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm forgetting his name completely. Yeah, I was listening to it earlier on, and he's talking about when he went to Real and whatever happened. But he was talking about the players. Like, he spoke a bit about the club, how he was sold and all. He was talking to the manager 1 minute and everything was all good, and then he meets with the owner or whatever, and the owner's like, right, we're sending you on loan. He's like, but I was just talking to the manager, like, and we're talking about this season, and he's like, no, that's not how it works here, like. It's 2 different things. But then he's talking about the players now, and he's talking about the likes of Ronaldo, fucking Guti, Figo, Beckham and all, and he's just saying the standard of the training is unreal. So you have that situation in like Real, Barca, like the standard on the pitch is unreal, but in the background it's a shit show.
Yeah. That's what I mean. They
get away with it.
The players try to pick themselves, and they raise the quality when they need to.
Like you have Ronaldinho going off on his fucking party bus every weekend to Crete after a match, and you've Samuel Eto'o floating around with his 40-man entourage, like all this sort of shit goes on. But it's all tolerated because it's like the ethos at the club is we have the best players in the world, and when they perform, we'll beat anybody. So other than that, the rest is just madness, you know what I mean? But there's been serious problems at Barca for years, like letting Suarez go, I thought was a bad move, and they let him go to Atletico.
See, I think there was certain people involved in that and certain people not, because the way it happened, like Messi, you see Messi's posting all over it. That seems like it was done under the nose, and you know what I mean? It was the same way so-and-so says, I want to sign this player, and then he turns up for training. I think someone said, I want rid of Suarez. And that was it, like, accepted a bid from him from somewhere, and that was it. He was gone. Like.
Well, he went on a free. He practically tore up his contract, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's just someone wanted him out of the club for some reason. Someone wanted him out. Why would you do that? Like, you'd have got at least 30 million for him.
Well, he's, 32, yeah.
Let's go to pay 30 million for him.
I don't know if they would have, but they certainly got a bargain if they got for
someone would have paid 30 million for him.
Yeah, no, Suarez 30. Yeah, I'd say Suarez has reached 30 million.
I'd say in the Premiership they got 30 million, but I don't like say he went to Juventus or something like that. They're not paying 30 million for him. Bayern are paying 30 million for him, but they take him.
Someone pays that money anyways, but they need money. Why not fucking sell him?
Oh yeah, no, it was weird. Yeah, it was like they wanted him out.
Something happened. Someone wanted him out of that club quickly. And Messi wasn't happy about it either, so it tells you that he didn't know about it.
But what did Messi say?
About everything. Messi put out a mad post saying, I can't believe this was done to my good friend, this, that, and the other. I will miss you and all. I loved playing with you, this, that, and the love for, like,
Yeah.
but, like, everyone was saying,
like, you think of how they went out on a limb. Certainly Suarez to get Coutinho in there, and then the way he was kind of treated when he got there. It's like watching
Coutinho now. He just looks like I'm just keeping my head down here and I'm just playing football and not saying nothing to nobody. And fucking, he doesn't really give a bollocks. He doesn't really care. You see him.
It seems to be a toxic club for like the allure of playing for Barcelona. All these years for players, it's like, right, you have to play for Barcelona or Real. That's the pinnacle of football, and that allure is still there. Probably goes to what you were saying, Red, when we got fucking shut off there about Man United or whatever, that they're playing to this history of the club. You think you're going into this club that has this history, and when you get there, it's a shit show. Like, it's a shit show on the fucking executive board level. The whole thing's fucking falling apart at the seams. But you still have this allure of a great club. I want to go and play for Barcelona. I want to go play for United. And you get
they're a big, they're a big club. They're just not the team that they were. They're not the management that they were. They're not the scary. Like, I mean, even as Aston Villa growing up, every time we play Man United, we're going to get hockeyed. This season, last season, so I was more open to it.
Fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't park in the manager spot. So the manager, the designated manager spot at the fucking.
Because it's Sir Alex.
And they ask him why, and it's like, no, that's Sir Alex's spot. So he doesn't even see himself as the manager.
Nah, that's a bit loose.
Yeah, well, I see you understand that, but as well.
It's just that's an homage. That's just an homage or a homage.
You're the manager of that club. You take on the role. You take on the responsibility.
No, I get that, but the Park Space thing is. I don't know, but everyone is every manager, regardless, and you can act like you're not. Like Mourinho tried to act like he was kind of in there as an equal to Ferguson. Nobody is ever. Nobody ever will be.
You don't live in the shadow of the history. You have to, live in the moment. That's why these United fans think they're going to win the league every year, and they're like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. So they need to kind of reevaluate and just be honest with themselves. Same with the Arsenal, like it's like they're used to a certain thing because of what the Arsenal players and the Wenger.
You don't want to be that mediocre.
Yeah, but no, the Invincibles and all that stuff. Like Arsenal, like with Wenger and those like what 10 years, 8 years, or whatever that like were just fucking like where Arsenal were peak Arsenal, Bergkamps and Henrys and Vieira's, all like that Arsenal. That's what the Arsenal fans today kind of still expect or demand, and it's like you're not going to get it anymore. You're not. You don't have the same manager. You don't have the same management. You don't have the same players in. You know what I mean? Like it's all completely changed. So you just have to just lower your expectations. Just be honest. That's what I think about me as the Villa. I was like, I don't think we lose this. And then the lads go, oh, you always fucking say that about Villa, because I genuinely don't think.
I'll be honest with you, for a long time, I'm like that with Liverpool. We were winning the league, and every week we were winning 18 points clear, and I'm still saying,
you're just doing the whole don't want to jinx a thing. That's all that is. Like.
No, just so used to you get your hopes up and you get beaten. Like,
yeah, that's the same. Like, but and that's what the new fans need to get used to it. Like, you aren't the same. In Arsenal particularly, you aren't the same team. You aren't the same management. You aren't the same. You need to lower your expectations for what you have.
When these managers like that, I understand the paying homage thing, but at the same time, fucking parking the manager spot because it's a new fucking era. Like, and when they talk about Sir Alex Ferguson, you say, well, Sir Alex isn't here, and you fucking continue on like. You're worried because the
shadow of Alex Ferguson still fucking cast over them.
I get you. I don't think it has much to do with the psyche of it. He doesn't think he's manager. He knows he's the manager. It's just one of those things.
It shows you that he's not a strong enough figure in the dressing room to control everybody either as well. He isn't Alex Ferguson.
Maybe he's not as strong as Ferguson, but most managers weren't. Hence why.
You think Fergie rocked up to the ground and said, I'm not going to park in the manager's spot because of the former manager that was here that was blah, blah, blah. No, Fergie parked in the spot because Fergie said, I'm the fucking man around here.
Yeah, but the fella before Fergie wasn't Fergie.
What?
The fella before Fergie wasn't Fergie.
No, but there was still greats before Fergie.
Busby and shit like that.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But like,
you know what I mean? So
it's kind of a reach. It's kind of a reach, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, I know, but I'm using it as an
example. Here's one, right?
Take it go.
They ask him after the match about the penalty situation where was it Fernandez took one and then somebody else took another one or something?
First that took one to get a goal, wasn't it? I understood that.
They asked him, like, do you designate a penalty taker? And he's like, no, I let the lads sort it out. If Anthony thinks he wants to take it, he takes it. Bruno wants to take it, he takes it. It's like, what manager designate a fucking penalty taker? Like, you say, you're on the park, you take the penalties.
Yeah, no, but it's not even that. Like, again, like David's advocate. No, again.
Last year with Rashford and fucking Pogba, where Rashford scored a penalty and then Pogba took one out and missed it.
And here, a quick one on that. Remember bleeding I think it was last year, Salah wanted to take the penalty. Remember when we had 3-1 up at Leicester or something like that, or somewhere like that? Salah wanted to take a penalty. And fucking Milner went over and snatched it up. And Salah was like, let me take it. And he was like, no, I'm the penalty taker. And Henderson standing there going, Millie takes the penalty. That's it. End of story. And he puts the ball in the net.
Yeah, Milner did that. And Henderson did that. Klopp didn't do it. So
that's the attitude in the team. The attitude in the team was, no, we're not doing it for you to get a fucking goal. But we win the fucking game. This is the way we do things. He's the penalty taker. We're not changing it just to be nice.
It just seems like weak management.
It's a mentality, a winning mentality of fucking. This is how we're doing things.
It's just a different tactic. It's simply a different tactic. That's all there is. It's all there is because.
It's not. I don't agree with you at all with that. It's a different tactic.
No, it's not because the football pitch is
look at it. Because as you say as well, it's clearly not a good tactic.
No.
So it's what I'm saying is you can't say Liverpool do this, so therefore every other team that doesn't do it the same way have the same mentality.
No, my point, Red, right, is that too many people have a say. So it walks up to a penalty for United, right? And Fernandez says, I want to take this one. And one day Rashford says, no, I want to take this one. And Pogba says, no, I want to take it. I'm the main man around here. And all of a sudden you have an argument on the pitch between your main fucking players over who wants to take a penalty. Whereas in the Liverpool one, the main players turn around and say, no, he's like, I've seen it done with loads of teams. I'm the penalty taker. I take the fucking penalty.
That's the captain's job. So in that scenario, right, I mean, even if it was me and there's two lads that were decent at penalties, and I says, right, if you win the penalty and you want to take it, you can take it. But if there is a dispute, he gets to take the penalty.
If the man scores a penalty, he takes the next penalty. And
if he allows you to take the penalty, he allows you to take it. It's camaraderie. It's teamwork. It's a different sort of.
But I mean, on the United side of it was that day, but the year before it wasn't. Remember, there was a big argument in the middle of the pitch between Pogba and
That's not the excuse of the United.
It looks bad. It looks bad, and it looks bad on the team. It looks bad in the game. The opposition straight away go, these cunts are bleeding arguing with each other over a fucking penalty. You know what I mean?
You always find that, but that's just a petulant player, as opposed to a whole fucking.
But you don't allow that to happen in a team that wins. In a winning team that's fucking winning titles all the time. That player doesn't get to be that petulant little player because he gets the fucking boot thrown at him.
But Abraham did it for Chelsea. Remember, he wanted the penalty.
What happened to him? And what happened to him? He's sitting on the bench the last 2 games and Giroud's played and he scored fucking 6. And he's not going to play the weekend, Tammy Abraham. Giroud's going to play.
He scored 2 last week.
Giroud scored 4 against Sevilla the other day and scored the winner the weekend.
No, I understand. I'm saying this is a couple of weeks back, and then Abraham did play and score. But they also won that game. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just these are just like kind of little dotted individual things. Like, you don't mean not acting on a grand scale. It's just frustration or emotion on the pitch. Like,
that happening too often with United.
Yeah, but they're on a rebuild. They're on a rebuild.
No, it's weak management. You don't have a manager that walks in the dressing room and says, you're my leader on the pitch, you're my penalty taker on the pitch, you're my captain. It's like, oh no, lads, you sort it out between yourselves because.
So you look at Pogba down to France.
Well, no, maybe he does do that. Maybe all he does do that, but the players are just Shit.
It's been in the interviews afterwards. He's been asked, cunts are asking him like and saying, well, why don't you? And it's like, oh no, why let the players sort it out themselves?
He doesn't have control because he allows his players to go and talk badly about the club when they go on international duty. Like Pogba's
I don't know about that because he was getting a bit pissed over that. But I don't.
Yeah, I know he was annoyed about it. Like, but it's happening too much in that team. Like,
he hasn't got the same presence, and he doesn't look like he has the full respect of his players.
No, that's what I mean.
He just has a bad set of fucking players, lads.
That as well.
That's what it is. No, but that's the fundamental of it. That's what it is. All the rest of the shit is just
like that team. That team will go out at the weekend and beat West Ham 5-0. Like they're a good side. Rashford is a top player. Martial is quality. Bruno Fernandes is unreal. Pogba is.
I don't like him. I think he's lazy.
Yeah, he's lazy. Of course, he's a bad answer.
I think he gives the ball away too much, and it's the Bruno show. It's just they just changed it from the Pogba show to the Bruno show, and now Bruno's
good players. Like I think your man Dan James is a good player. He's just at a bad time in a bad side that's not pulling together.
Yeah, but right. Oh, okay, yeah, but it's not.
Management.
But it's not Roy Keane, Eric Cantona, David Beckham, McAllister.
It's not the same mentality.
What I'm saying is. But this is what I'm saying. But this is what United fans are kind of. That's what they're wanting when United are playing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's gone.
Well, like,
you have to lower your expectations. You won't be disappointed.
They're missing the Torres and like they're missing David Silva already. You can see the effect. Like that happens. But you still need to build your team and have them set up in such a way that every team is playing for the club. Like you have Luke Shaw. He's like fucking 5 stone overweight. Like, at no point did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer say to him, you're a disgrace. If you don't, you're out. He plays him every week. You know what I mean? That's you let that fester around the team. You have a young player like Mason Greenwood pottering around, think he's the best player in the world. He probably is. But he's been allowed to fucking let it get to his head. He fucking doesn't work hard. He doesn't chase things down. He'll score a goal at will. Like, he's unreal. But his attitude...
Where you see Phil Foden?
This has been like it happened with Rashford. It happened with what's that other fella who's playing the young lad playing for United? The young lad. He's only a young fella. What?
Which fella from years ago?
Yeah, man, years ago. That's still a young lad playing for United. The midfielder, like, the guy who's always fucking.
Gabriel Morrison, is it?
No, he's still there. What's his name? Fucking plays. Jesus Christ. God, completely.
Juan Mata.
No, not Juan Mata. No, the fucking fella in midfield. He's English.
Tommy.
No, he's fucking Scottish. No, he's fucking your man. Your man who they always say he'd be a smashing player. Like, he's only a young fella and he's playing 30 now or something. Fuck me, lad. Fuck me.
Matic.
Not Matic. He's playing his whole career, like.
Oh, Pereira.
Fucking Pereira.
No, he's English.
English?
Oh, he's English. All right, I didn't hear that.
English, lad.
I didn't hear that, man. Isn't that Greenwood?
Who?
Greenwood.
Not great. He's a fucking 30-year-old bleeding young player. He's playing with Alex Ferguson was there.
Oh, no, he's
30-year-old young player.
In the England. Jeez, he's that player, that cunt.
Oh, Jesse Lingard.
Lingard, yeah.
No, he hasn't played in about 6 months. He hasn't. Because I got about him.
He's a guy. He fucking makes stupid TikTok videos. Yeah. Like, the attitude of the likes of him and all have been allowed to fester at United, and it's infected the young players coming through. Rashford looked like he was on this road to superstardom and then just hit a bleeding mountain. Not a road bump, a mountain. His performances were all over the place, up and down. He still gets
but he's a kid. He's a kid.
I know.
He's a kid, he's learning.
You see the attitude, like Anthony Martial comes in 60 million and you're still waiting for him to fucking, like, you see flashes of brilliance and then nothing. And it just seems to be like the bad attitude of Pogba, maybe. It's
he's a virus around that team.
It's poison, but it's been allowed to, like, and again, the argument, like, sure, he's 3 or 4 stone overweight, and they've allowed that. Like, he'll get up and down all day, and but he just looks like he's fucking 3 stone overweight. Like, how are you allowing that? That's United. Can you imagine when Keane was there? That would never happen with fucking players. You know what I mean?
But he's not. That's what I'm saying. He's not. It's not the same.
It's a bad manager. A bad manager allows that to fester in the team. He should come in and go, do you know what? You're out.
I know, in fairness, he's inherited this.
And I respect Arteta for that sort of thing, because Arteta's come in and gone.
He inherited some of it, Reza. And he's also bought some of it as well.
Well, look at the players he bought. Well, yeah.
Whether he was in charge of buying them players or not now, but over the time he's been there, they have brought in players that were, these 3 players are going to make the team better, and then these 3 players are going to make the team better, and they're still getting the same results as last year.
Yeah, but sometimes they hit the ground running, sometimes they don't. Like, again, that's what I'm saying is, but they're going to defending United. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is like it's all kind of circumstantial. Is what I'm trying to say. The fundamental is that the team, for whatever reason, like they're not right. That well. Like, again, like, with Andy, how many of them? Fernandez will probably get into, the 3 teams: Spurs, City, Liverpool. Who else?
The only thing is, I don't.
Yeah, here's a better question.
Liverpool's midfield. I don't think so, but I think he'd be next in line. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, if he was on a free transfer, you wouldn't turn him down. Like,
no, I'd take him.
Yeah,
but I think he'd be ahead of Naby Keita, Shaqiri, Milner. But he wouldn't get in front of Henderson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, or Thiago. You know what I mean? But he'd be there.
When you see players like Fernandez go floating around, like he was touted to go into every bleeding club in Europe at one stage, and most likely everybody sniffed around them and said, nah, I don't really want them. And United were the ones who went from it.
He's big quality. He's all right.
No, I was only using him as like.
I know,
because Pogba wouldn't. Talent-wise, Pogba would, but talent doesn't.
Well, here's a question, Brad, right? If Ole left that United job, would he get a big job anywhere else? Of any big team around Europe?
Or in the Premiership even?
Or in the Premier League? Would he get any of that top? Would he get Spurs? Would he get any of them top 6 jobs if he left United?
Not only that, would he get any job in the Premier League?
Would he get any job in the Premier League? And would he get he might get one of the smaller teams, right? But would he get any big job around Europe? Would he be leaving United and going to a team that's in the Champions League?
I don't know. Well, it depends.
Molde were in the fucking Champions League, weren't they?
Yeah, you know what I mean for the Champions League. Like, would he get the AC Milan job? No, I don't think so. Or an Inter Milan job or something like that? No. Would he get a big job in Spain? No. Would he get a big job in Germany? No, he wouldn't get Borussia, he wouldn't get fucking Bayern, he wouldn't get any of them. He wouldn't get the Spurs job, he wouldn't get any of them, he wouldn't get the fucking Everton job. And then all he leaves, if he doesn't get a big job again.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, okay, fair enough. But here's the thing, don't sack him. Give him 3 years.
No,
3 years, really get a Bayern job.
To stay there, yeah. And the best thing for United would be
but that's my point. They constantly getting rid of managers every time you extend to get
3 years.
It makes no sense. What?
Is this not his 3rd year coming up?
No, but that's what I'm saying is another 3 years, because 6 years as a manager in the same club.
Yeah. As a club, though, you like to see that you're heading in a direction and your team has a style of play and tactics and stuff.
And you don't see that with me.
Do you see?
Got to a second Champions League final.
Oh, come here now. Don't get me wrong. I hope Ollie stays forever.
So do I.
Knock him down decade of Ole. It'd be great.
But again, then he can come good, and then all of a sudden you've got he kind of what he's been working on for the past few years finally clicks, and then boom, they're back to getting fucking constant results.
That's a decent United team. Like I rag on Maguire and Lindelof quite a bit, but they have the potential to be a decent enough partnership. Wan-Bissaka looks like a decent player. Your man that they brought in, who's the left full that he got from? Was it Benfica? What's his name? Teles.
Teles. I watched him the other night, and Mbappe bleeding roasting.
Mbappe, he's gonna fucking roast him. Let's be honest.
But Mbappe was half on it, to be honest.
But they have a half decent side. Your man Mason Greenwood is a smashing goal scorer. Rashford is a smashing player. Martial, I just don't know. But
like you were saying, they don't seem to have any style of playing. Like I'm watching United play against PSG the other night, and it's the same United team watching play last year and the year before, where they win 3 or 4 games and then they're going to lose and then they're going to win 1 or 2.
But I did watch them in a league game. I can't remember who it was against, but they played some great football. And they fucking, whoever it was, they won 3 or 4-0. Like it was
Istanbul fucking Besiktas here you watched them against. I watched that game. They were good that day as well.
It was actually the league game after they got beaten by them. I can't remember who they played, but they looked decent. Can't remember who they fucking played. Let me see. United. What was the last couple of games?
I watched them against PSG the other night.
It's really good. He's like, what's that team's name? And you can say it's going to be Aston Villa players. What's Aston Villa's captain name? And I'll be going,
Lingard,
fucking.
We nearly had a.
But don't think about Lingard.
Remember that?
Lingard, I always get mixed up with Lingard and Lindelof just because of the names.
The names. I just forgot about Lingard. I forgot he existed.
So
yeah, no, I didn't think of Lingard, but just
West Brom did that 1-0.
He's like, this cunt's going mad. He is. What's he talking about?
Yeah. It was more of his description was throwing me off as well. The 2-year-old young fella. I go, it's like a game of guess who. Weird glasses.
Oh, not Lindelof, with Lingard.
And they keep saying he's going to be deadly, and he's shy, and he's still there. And I was like, that's fucking everyone. Like,
Lingard is that cunt that like, but he's still only young, like, and you're like, he's 20.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, now I know what you mean. Like, because in my head he's only 24 or something.
Yeah,
but,
like he's not bad. Like he's potential. He's potential. Like, he's only young, and it's like, but he's 29. He's 30 next year.
Wait, I got the leg anyway.
Yeah.
Boys, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace out.